Dolphins Tua Tagovailoa suffers concussion after big collision with Bills Damar Hamlin. Tagovailoa, who suffered 3 concussions in the 2022 campaign, was clearly disoriented after the hit. Miami Dolphins quarterback Tua Tagovailoa had another scary Thursday night football moment as he suffered a concussion after taking a big hit from Buffalo Bills safety Damar Hamlin. Dolphins medical staff needed just 6 minutes after Tagovailoa left the field on his own power to determine the signal caller had a concussion. On 4th and 4, with the Dolphins needing a touchdown to stay in the game, Tagovailoa stepped up in the pocket and took off to get past the sticks to keep the drive alive. Despite passing the first down line, Tagovailoa kept running and met Hamlin in the open field and led with his head instead of sliding. Hamlin didn't have to do much to take him down, as Tagovailoa immediately hit the deck and slammed his head on the turf at Hard Rock Stadium. Tagovailoa picked up the first down, but it seemed to be at the worst cost as he raised his hand for a teammate to pick him up. But Tagovailoa appeared disoriented as his hand began moving uncontrollably, and he held his head as Dolphins began crowding around him. Players on both the Bills and Dolphins got down on one knee as medical staff was quick to run out and assess the quarterback. After talking to him, Tagovailoa ultimately walked off on his power, but was noticeably limping. Instead of going into the blue medical tent, Tagovailoa walked off the field with trainers into the locker room, where they determined he indeed has a concussion. While Tagovailoa didn't miss a single game during the 2023 season, the 2022 campaign saw some scary moments for the left-handed quarterback as he suffered 3 concussions, one of which came on Thursday Night Football against the Cincinnati Bengals, where he left the field on a stretcher. Tagovailoa appeared to suffer a concussion the game prior against the Bills at home, but it was ruled he was dealing with a back injury, which led to him stumbling after noticeably smacking his head on the ground during a play. Just days later, in Week 4 against the Bengals, Tagovailoa was tossed onto the Paycor Stadium turf in Cincinnati, and a disturbing scene unfolded as his hands were posturing, an occurrence that sometimes comes with head injuries where the fingers curl. Players prayed on the field as Tagovailoa was taken out in a stretcher, and he would miss 2 games before ultimately returning in Week 7. Then, in Week 16 against the Green Bay Packers, Tagovailoa suffered his 3rd concussion on the season, effectively knocking him out the remainder of the year. In the offseason, the Hawaii native admitted there was a time he considered retirement because of how head injuries can affect a person's life given research done on CTE. But he was confident heading into last season and proved it by playing every single game. Now, we'll see if and when Tagovailoa will pass concussion protocol. Before his injury, Tagovailoa threw 3 interceptions, one of which was returned for a pick 6 and 1 touchdown to Devon Achane.